shot.
All right, now we're recording audio.
No shot.
No, I'm so sorry. I'm glad I caught this now. I'm happy I caught this now. Listen, it is my fault. No, we caught, dude. Be happy we caught this now and not like 2 hours in. I'll give you the hood again. Boom, boom. All right, we got the. Okay.
Oh, and I have to reset myself now. Skoj, I'm not mad.
Okay.
I'm just disappointed.
You're just disappointed. We were talking about why I'm two-dimensional. We talked about.
I'm just gonna do it all over. Just nice hard cut.
Oh shit. Yeah. Go on. No,
Hi everybody, welcome to Gamer Breakfast. My name is Jalbagel, and I'm joined by my very good, amazing co-host SkojSkull.
Hello.
Who's now two-dimensional and animated and rigged up and looking like a chaotic Gormagala hybrid of a human.
Yes.
Indeed.
This is like what it looks like. Hello.
our amazing guest, Miamarra.
Mia.
Hello.
Yeah. If you guys don't know Mia is a variety streamer with a little bit of emphasis on Monster Hunter stuff right now. She does a little bit of a Stories 2 playthrough right now, and we're playing BioShock and doing Monster Hunter artwork. And Mia's an incredible soul. Go follow Mia. That's it. That's the whole podcast.
No, I don't know what he's talking about.
We're done. That's it. There we go.
For those that don't know you, Mia, care to tell them a little bit more about yourself and your interests?
Yeah, so as Bagel did say, I am a variety streamer. Do a lot of Monster Hunter, and we have done this year. We were doing Monster Hunter art, and we also a lot of times on stream we'll do a lot of shiny times. So I collect. A plethora of rocks where you can kind of see it a little bit above me here, where a lot of times people can just redeem a chance for me to be like, hi, look at this shiny. I have a magpie brain, so easily distracted by shinies. But yeah, I do a lot of variety because my brain cannot stick to one game for a long period of time. So
Fair.
But yeah, it was just this year that we were getting a little bit more into the art aspect, just to kind of try things out, because of the fact that I missed doing art since it was my major in college. And since I can't do ceramics in a studio, like in an apartment, I was just like, all right, we're gonna go and just try Monster Hunter stuff, and like it's been a real fun time. So
yeah, that's awesome.
You've done that cool Taroth piece. You've done the Garen Golem piece now.
Yep, he's
next.
off to the side. Yeah, KT is actually like right above here.
That's fucking awesome. I saw that piece on Twitter. I was like, what the fuck? I have a question after that though. Yeah. And I want you to like give me the knowledge on this, because just like do you know like the whole stereotype with the whole like people collecting rocks kind of thing?
Maybe not the stereotype, no. Not
really, but it's just like, oh, she's the girlfriend that collects rocks. It's like, stay away kind of thing. That's it. But what is like, what's the fascination behind it? Because is it just like they look pretty and it's cool, or is it just like they have a story behind this and this is what makes it cool and this is why you like it?
Yeah, so when I was little, I was always like just collecting things. I just always was like, I would find like a red rock. I'd be like, oh, I really like this. So then I would squirrel it away. And then as I was getting older, I remember that there's like a rock shop that opened up. And that was like when I started learning about a bunch of other different ones. And it was around the same time that in school we were learning about like a lot in geology. So it's like learning as to like, metamorphic, igneous, sedimentary rocks. And then that kind of exploded when I was about to go to college, that I was like, I want to be a geology major.
Oh shit.
That did not work out too well. The science part was fine. The math aspect, they're like, hi, you need to pass through Calc 2. And I was like, right. So that did not go very far, but the fascination with the rocks kind of stayed, and like learning so much about like the different structures of rocks, how they're formed, what are like the requirements for each is just, it's so fascinating. And like also looking at like what people would consider like the metaphysical properties, where it's just like where like what is amethyst good for, like does it actually help you in like protection? No, not really. Amethyst is more of like a love crystal.
Sure.
Yeah, but like labradorite, obsidian, all that stuff, like it's really interesting learning like how there can be multiple crystals for like the same effect in the metaphysical world, but just learning like the different like structures, being like, oh my god, how did this actually form? How did we get this bright purple like rock? Right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of how it started, and kind of how it's been going.
That's cool though. I honestly find that interesting. But yeah, that I was just wondering about it, because it's just like there's the whole like thing where it's just like, that's a girl you stay away from. But,
I mean, I do have tarot cards too, but like
yeah, you have like a freaking collection with your Yu-Gi-Oh cards. But let's get more back to you and like what you do and stuff, because we could talk about all this all day.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I'm a geologist by trade, and Mia knows more about geology than I do. Like,
Oh
hands
shit!
down. Yeah.
There you go.
No, it's insane. I know things about sand. I know a lot about sand.
I know to the point where if you heat it up, it can make glass. There you go. That's about all I know.
Minecraft.
Yeah. No, like that's not just that's actual science. Am I crazy?
I don't know. How they make glass.
Oh.
But no, I mean, like if you wanted to, I could take down like the KT, or like if you guys wanted to like.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
No,
This is
fine.
also audio format too, so it'd be really cool.
True.
Like, look at this cool picture. And everyone on Spotify is like,
Cool.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah. Be like, right.
yeah.
But
So how because I actually don't know this because like I met you like 3 years ago through another streamer, and that's how like we ended up getting to meet each other. But how did you originally get into streaming? Like what was like your first step into streaming? What encouraged you to do that?
So when I started streaming, it was actually roughly about 3 years ago. Fun fact. Yeah. So it was just trying it out just for the hell of it. Because I'm just like, I worked a cafe job as a barista, and I was just like, well, I thought about it, and I had someone at the time that was like, hey, you should maybe try it. And so I was just like, I don't know, because social anxiety.
Yeah.
And so I kind of said, screw it, we're going to try it anyways. And it was a very on-off thing. But it wasn't until 2 years ago when I was still a lot of variety. I used to like play a lot of Minecraft, of just like building on like a modded world. And then I started on Sea of Thieves. Yep, it was when Sea of Thieves actually came to Steam. And I was just like, you know what, I'll just, give it a shot. And I actually met one of my mods on Sea of Thieves.
Oh, you met him through the game?
Yeah,
That's fun.
I was sailing with some friends, and then he was the random that I did not trust. And I just happened to be streaming at the time, and Bagel will actually know this person, but that was when MG Homie was still streaming. And so
Old homie. Shoutouts.
yeah, and Dutch actually was like, hey, are you streaming right now? And I go, yeah. And so he found me on Twitch, and like he followed me, and then he had MG Homie raid me, which at that point got me to affiliate. And then since then, I was just like, it was partially of like, after like a growing fan or like a growing community, that I was just like, I don't want to like just all of a sudden stop streaming. But it became easier in a way, because I was very reclusive. I was I was very like nervous about like all the social anxiety stuff. But it kind of helped in a way to lessen a lot of social anxiety. It's like still exists, but it helps in a lot more ways than I think that people sometimes don't always realize. And just from there, it's just been streaming and enjoying, like beginning to like enjoy every moment of it instead of stressing over every little detail, being like, you know, oh my god, are people actually going to show up or anything like that? Like those thoughts still occur, but you know, in the end, it's just like, you know, if people want to come by, they can come by. But you know, it's just overall just learning to have fun with streaming, but not thinking of it in a like a hard business sense in a way.
Yeah, and I mean like that. I feel like that comes along with variety as well. You're just like, oh, are people going to be into this game, kind of thing.
Yeah. Especially like if it's a game that like it's not a new release, so be like, oh, are people going to want to see it in case like they've already played it like 5 times, right? Because it's that old. But it's always like always a little mini surprise every stream because you never know what's going to go down, but sometimes it's a real fun time. Yeah. So yeah, but that's kind of how I got into streaming, especially like when COVID hit. That was kind of like I lost my job because that was the cafe was too small that like it couldn't hold. It wasn't an essential. So I was just like, okay. And that's what kind of also kind of helped push like towards the beginning of it. But yeah. So
yeah, a lot of people started during that time as well, which is crazy. There's a large boom, and I feel like in streamers at that point, because there's like another person that we know is like Vivi Erxie. Like she started streaming around that time too. So it's crazy how a lot of people like got into it and really got involved in it even like now. So it's really fun to see.
Yeah.
I'm glad you stuck to it.
And I'm really glad too, because like there's so many people that I've met that I'm like I consider them just like such close friends, and it's something that you never really think that you would actually like come to realize, because like especially you think about like, oh, people like growing up, it's like, oh, beware of like, you know, people on the internet and all that. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like these people are better than the people IRL. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, 10 years ago, be careful of the people you meet online. Now meeting people exclusively online and meeting up with them at sketchy conventions across the country.
Yup. I mean, like, I feel like even now it's just like even people that you meet in real life is just like they could be sketchy. I mean, that could just this is just like in general now with everything. Like whoever you meet.
I mean, look at Skoj.
I become anime now. Can you trust me?
You can't.
Oh man,
he's totally not
it's so funny.
At all.
You just use the internet to summon people in their cars to take you from one place to another, or like use the internet to have someone go pick up your food and drop it off at your house, and you entirely trust that. It's insane.
That's weird,
right? Isn't that insane? I do that every day.
Tell that someone in the 90s, just be like, oh, in the future someone's gonna deliver food to your door, and they're like, what? What the fuck? What do you mean? What do you mean?
Like people online, because like they did have delivery.
I mean, sure, they had pizza delivery.
Oh, I'm talking about more
like just steak.
I'm talking about like Olive Garden to your house.
Oh,
bro,
I literally just had Olive Garden last night.
What'd you have?
I had chicken marsala, and then
they would say Alfredo.
I'm like, well, okay, the chicken marsala was new, and I was just like, I want to try it.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I love chicken Alfredo.
Chicky-mar.
Oh, chicken Alfredo is like the OG though.
It's so good. I love like the thickness of their sauce in Olive Garden.
With the breadsticks?
Yes.
Dipping the breadsticks in the sauce.
Yeah. Infinite breadsticks.
Oh my god.
Yes.
It's a trap.
It's absolutely a trap.
I can't remember the last time I was at an Olive Garden. Can't even remember.
Weren't you recent?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, I thought
I've
you
been
were.
to Olive Garden in years.
Oh, go to one.
man.
Get chicken Alfredo.
Easy.
I think Skoj wants chicken Alfredo, right?
I really do. I haven't had it in a while. Like last time we tried to go to Olive Garden, they were like closed for the day, and I'm like, what the fuck? Come on.
It's the worst.
Oh man. So you, what are you currently playing right now? Because I saw you're playing BioShock, which you also said
Yep.
you played BioShock Infinite, which is probably my favorite. But then again, it's the only one I played.
Yeah. So
It's my favorite of one.
so with like the roster, since we had just finished the Garen Gold painting, we were doing BioShock for Halloween, which I think we're close to finishing it. But we were also playing stories, Monster Hunter Stories to Wings of Ruin.
Heck yeah.
Good game.
Yeah, which that was also my first time playing through that.
Yeah.
Which it's been such a fun time. Like I remember hearing about it, and like especially when I started playing Monster Hunter in World, there's it's seeing the different nuances of like throughout the like game series, but like seeing like this type of spin-off where for me it was really reminiscent, since it was my first time playing it. Like there's differences of like the battle tactics, but like the creature collecting, I was like, oh my god, this is like fulfilling my like ultimate like of like the Pokemon collection of like gotta catch them all. I'm like, I need to adopt all the monsties because of the fact that I was just like, this is absolutely perfect. And I'm like, it's just
It's
I really
so
like it
good.
how like the story is too, where like it's not just as like
Oh my
kind of like
gosh.
it doesn't like, I'm not finished with it, but like the feeling of like, okay, what is actually going on here, where it's not just like, oh, here's one team and here's another team, and one wants world domination, the other one wants world domination, but in a different way.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's really interesting. So I'm really interested to see as to how like it's actually going to end, because we just got to the old tower.
Oh.
To Lemur Tower.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're
Lemur Tower.
there.
Yeah. So and like people,
Ooh,
I
it's a
remember
good
people
part.
telling me as to how they're just like, oh, these two are returning characters, and I'm like, I see their interaction, I'm like, I don't like them. And so yeah, so one kind of gets himself redeemed, and I'm like, okay, this is fine.
There's a fungus among us.
Yeah, because you just met Roberto.
Yeah.
You're like, I
Yo.
don't like the entire time you're like, I don't like Roberto, and I'm over here like, what? No, I love him.
He said
Roberto's
sus,
perfect.
that's why.
Well, because of well, like in the beginning, like especially like after when you first meet them, and they're just like, oh my god, like you used to like, they were from like Stories 1 or something, and it's just like, I know that someone mentioned as to how like they did them a little dirty in Stories 2, where it's just like, did they get memory loss,
I've
or
heard that, yeah.
like did they get knocked in the head one too many times? Who knows? But I was just like, no, I don't like these guys, because it's like you're essentially like a rider versus a hunter, right? You both have your different viewpoints, where it's just like you can befriend them, and they're just like, no, we just want to collect them for the materials. Are you kidding me?
Jesus. I mean, that kind of follows I started watching the anime version of it, but that's kind of like follows along like the same plot line. Oh, this was a while ago when I made my quote unquote review about it. It was kind of just like I watched the 3 episodes and I was like, it's good. I didn't continue. I should continue it because it's really good.
Right On is great.
Yes.
It's
Oh, my
fantastic.
goodness.
It's all about like hunters versus riders. It's really cool like that.
Yes. Oh my goodness. So watch the anime.
I like it.
Everyone.
Okay. I'll have to put that on my
Anime's
list.
man said it. Watch the anime.
Anyways, talking about anime, what?
Oh wait, hold on. We're talking
Beautiful
about Monster
segue.
Hunter.
Yeah, no. But yeah. So do you plan on continuing after BioShock then?
Yes. Yeah. I was hoping to finish BioShock by Halloween, but I messed up a tiny bit, because the first time I was starting to play it, I did not play the remastered, so like I was constantly having issues with it. Like every time I tabbed out, it would like shrink the screen, and I'm just like, how do I fix this?
Yeah.
I'm tech savvy, but not that tech savvy. So then the second time around, I made sure it was the BioShock remastered so that we weren't having screen issues. So yeah, if you play it, make sure that like you have the remastered versions.
Oh jeez, how long is that game?
How well are you after scares?
Yeah, hold on. Let me look this up then.
Because like,
how long to be?
how long the game?
BioShock. It is the first one, main story. Oh, you're gonna have a
20
blast.
hours.
It's 12 hours. 20.
12 hours.
What?
Because
Oh, well,
like-
completion is 22 hours.
22. Okay, so I'm at like 17.6, but
So you'll finish it in about 40.
oh my god. Hey, listen, I was doing good, but I actually quit stream. Like I stopped stream early the last time because I was spooked out of my mind.
The game looks spooky. That freaking the Big Daddy, is that what he's called?
The Big Daddies, yeah.
He is like, he charges.
Well, there's different types though. Like each area has like a different one.
There's different daddies.
Yeah, there's different daddies.
Yeah, more than one.
Bite slip. Wait, I need to break that in my freaking
But like those aren't even like the scary parts. I think it's the fact that like, especially in horror games, it's the ambience where, especially since like there's like the spotlights and you see the spotlight and like you're like, something's gonna happen with that. Are you kidding me?
And then
like
the spotlight
that is a
charges.
telltale sign of I need to bash its head in. And it's just like, but wait, I can't do anything. So it's like there are certain things that like you actually have to like either turn around or like interact with something in order for something to trigger, which is the worst part because most of the time it's like, oh, your back is like to this safe. Your back is to this important item. There's a shotgun in the spotlight. There's a dead body next to it.
You're frozen in fear.
I wonder
Like,
what's
oh.
gonna happen. Bedside, the lights are gonna go out. You're gonna hear noises and potentially scream.
Nah, I'm good.
But I would highly recommend. I would highly recommend it. But no, like. I'll be glad to get back to stories too. Just be like, all right, no more spooks. We're fine.
Nothing scary anymore. I just have to nothing at all.
I just need to adopt all the monsties. It'll be easy enough.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Oh man, what are your favorite monsties currently?
Ooh, so I have Toby Boy. I have the Toby Kadachi.
Nice boy.
And then I managed to get Zinogre in our first encounter.
Let's go.
So
Nice boy.
yeah, and I was actually a little bit under leveled, so we didn't lose any hearts, which was like I was proud of that.
Let's go.
But yeah, but Zinogre and Toby have to be in there. I have a love-hate relationship with Nursilla because it was my first time seeing Nursilla.
Beautiful.
I hate
Love Nursilla.
spiders, but I'm like, you're warming up to me because you also wear the skin of Gypsyros because that one can go.
Oh my gosh,
one
I hate that monster so much.
I remember the first time playing GU and I was just with a friend and they're like, okay, yeah, kill, like it's dead, it's killed. And I'm like, there's no mission complete. What's going on? And then I go to hit it and instant KO.
Yeah.
I got instantly KO'd and I was just like, I should have seen this coming.
You son of a bitch.
You set me up.
Oh my god, they were laughing and I'm like, yeah, no, you definitely were planning that.
Yep.
Oh, absolutely.
I think my friend did that to me as well. It's just like, we did it. It's just like, yeah. I'm like, what? And they just flopped around. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yep, I stay out of the range of the flop. That's all I gotta say.
Yup.
Oh my god.
He's in for you as well, and I'm currently doing a playthrough of that, and I'm just like, I know your tricks. He fucking gets up, and I'm like, ah, fuck you.
Oh my god. No, I still need to continue on in GU though, but I am so backlogged on games.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Especially with Scarlet and Violet coming out. Like
Oh,
yeah.
that's gonna be my
Yeah.
life for like the next, I don't know how long. If shiny hunting is like better in that game than Sword and Shield,
hope
it's
so.
gonna be forever.
I hope so.
oh my god. I still need to finish Sword and Shield.
What? Oh.
I know.
2 weeks.
I can manage that.
Yeah.
All right.
You have 2 weeks.
All right.
I still need to get to the
Easy peasy.
DLC. It's fine. I'm at Raihan, so I'm not like too far back.
Oh,
but
okay.
Yeah.
like it's
You're close. You're close.
I'm
to the end.
close. Okay. I can manage that, but no, I got
You could
backlog.
also not finish Sword and Shield, and I don't think anyone would bat an eye.
No.
That game is only okay.
Really?
It's like people only do it
Yeah.
to shiny hunt and to mod it.
Yeah, and that's pretty much it.
Wait, you can mod the game?
On the
with
PC
a-
version.
Yeah, or with a crack switch. People do it like that too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah,
But I liked Sword and Shield. I didn't like its story. I didn't like its end game or lack thereof.
Yeah.
Like it is a
Oh.
Pokemon game, and that's it. It looks pretty, and
Yeah.
that's about it.
I call
Yeah,
it
pretty.
the shiny hunting game. That basically.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
I think that like the favorite end game of Pokemon had to be Emerald.
Oh yeah.
Emerald.
Oh,
was
with
so
the Battle
good.
Frontier.
Yeah.
I got a frontier.
Well, like you
I-
had the Battle Frontier and you had the Safari too, so
Oh,
it
shit,
kind of
yeah.
makes me wonder if like they're gonna bring if in the chance they're gonna bring something like that back.
God, I hope.
don't know.
I hope they bring back some reason to play the game.
I never really explored any like Pokemon endgame growing up. I guess you can say that I've explored the Heart Gold Soul Silver one, which is just like the Kanto region of of endgame, if you want to call it an endgame. So like that's about the extent of like endgame that I've experienced for Pokemon.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I know you don't like it.
I don't. No, Pokemon end games are usually like pretty like mediocre, to say the least. Like the best iteration of a post game experience, in my opinion, was the Delta episode from Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire.
Yeah.
But that is more or less just a DLC tacked onto the back of it, a very linear story, just more stuff to do for 3 hours, and then that was it.
Yeah.
No,
That was
I
the whole
don't think
thing.
I ever got around to playing that one.
Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire,
Do it.
yeah,
Oh, it's so
best generation of
good.
video game.
Oh my gosh.
really?
Yes.
Mhm.
Probably one of the best
A
ones.
lot of people will tell us we're wrong, but Gen 6 3DS era Pokemon was the best one.
I think my favorite era is the Mega Evolution era. Like that's probably just
X
my
and
favorite.
Y.
And
Yeah.
and Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. Yep.
Mhm.
And the 3DS era. Best, just best, hands down.
Yeah, I mean, like I know I played X, because Xerneas was absolutely wonderful, and Mega Absol because
Yes.
my
Fluffy
bae,
boy.
the fluffy boy.
Yes.
But I remember a lot of people were saying that as to how they really like Sun and Moon, and I don't know what it was. I could
I
not
couldn't.
get into that one.
It was not my
I
cup
like-
of tea. I know you
like
like.
Sun and Moon. So I liked everything about Sun and Moon except for the story progression, because I thought that was like really lackluster, where like you would come up to a fork in the road, but one of the forks would be blocked by a literal barrier, and they're like, this is the island challenge barrier. To get rid of the island challenge barrier, you have to challenge the island kahuna. I'm like, this is the worst writing and the worst progression ever. Everything else about Sun and Moon or Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon was fantastic. I loved everything else about those games.
I heard it was like if you were to get into those games, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon would be the ones to go to. Like if you were to get into
It's
them.
the same like Black and White. Like you don't go and play Black and White, you play Black 2 White 2.
You can play
which
both of them. They're both good.
yeah, you could. They are different games and different stories, yes, but they are albeit very similar games.
Yeah,
And
it's same
then-
locations.
I'm waiting for the YouTube's comments. I'm waiting for that.
I'll be the YouTube
Green.
comment.
I'm waiting for Green Speed specifically to say something because he is passionate about this topic.
I'll be the one to say in the comments as well. Just be like, listen, Jal, you're wrong. It's like, you could just message me.
Correct. But Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon is literally like Sun and Moon to Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon are literally the exact same game. And then Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon is like a little bit more story and a better post game. And then that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ultra Beasts are really interesting.
Yeah, the UBs were something else.
Yeah, I didn't get to that one.
Don't worry, I didn't either.
They're like other dimensional Pokemon. Yeah.
Oh, got you.
There's so much lore
UBs are
with
cool.
Pokemon, like behind the scenes, that I never even thought was a thing. It was just like, oh yeah, Mega Evolutions are their own thing, and then like in that universe, and then like this is their own thing in this universe. I'm like, why?
Are you gonna get me started on Pokemon multiverse theory? Is it gonna happen? Is it time? Am I gonna go off?
Is that what's gonna?
So, Pokemon X and Y.
Wait, is that the new MOBA that's gonna come out then?
Yeah. No. Pokemon X and Y introduced the idea of like a multiverse theory in Pokemon because they talk about Kanto and you have Kantonian Pokemon, and that's when they're like Charizard, Venusaur, Blastoise, they can all mega evolve, but like why couldn't they do that back in Kanto? That's when Lysander comes along and goes, well, there are other universes. There's a multiverse out there, and I'm gonna destroy them all.
Jesus, I'm just imagining like
the world beautiful.
Just that's when the Pokemon MMORPG comes out, and then we all play that because it's just like you explore different storylines and stuff, and they keep updating it and having us pay every month because I'm a Pokemon sim.
I still pay for 14, and I haven't played it in 4 months.
Oh, same here.
Yeah.
I'm still playing. I'm almost there. I'm like 75% of the way there through Storeblood.
One day.
Yep.
Well, like you gotta think though too, with like when you bring up the multiverse, is to think like I know it wasn't exactly like a main line game, but Arceus, as to how literally Arceus is just like yoink, plop, and so like. Like literally just, oh, you're on a beach, hi, welcome.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you know, when you think of that as being like that people are saying that that's pre-Sinnoh, right? Because they talk about Almighty Sinnoh, so Dialga and Palkia, space and time, but it's like thinking about how like especially with in when you think about Sinnoh, where that was Diamond Pearl, you have Platinum, where you have the upside, or is it upside down world? It's Giratina's world.
It's like a dimension.
Yeah, where it's just like, okay, so it's like, you know, how are the Pokemon actually able to kind of like twist time and space, where it's like you can have multiverses, and you know, if Arceus just decides, yoink, you're picked to go over here, like who's to say that like that's not that isn't possible though?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Distortion World, which
there we go. Yeah.
It more or less is just the upside down. Like that's that's the same shtick.
Stranger
like,
Things. In Pokemon.
But like I always like that too, like the Distortion World and all that. I wish they would have played more into that, because it's like it's the mirror opposite of our world, right? And that's where Giratina is. And in all of like in the movie, like, you know, there's bits and pieces of the towns and cities that they show in the movies like floating around in the Distortion World. And in the game, it's like all these different like islands just floating in the ethereal mess that's the Distortion World, and you have to navigate all of that. Like I loved all of that. It's the essence of chaos that's opposite to our world, which is technically order.
People were so disappointed that that portion of the game was not in like Shining Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Like they were so sad. I was like kind of expecting it too, that it was probably going to be in the game, but then when we got closer and closer to it, I'm like, I don't think this is going to be in it.
Yeah.
Like
it
wasn't in Diamond and Pearl. It was only in Platinum. Where it's like when you think about like Alpha Ruby and Omega Sapphire, where we didn't get any Emerald version, because that was when Rayquaza was like fully given like a a bit more story behind him too. So
Oh yeah, but that was in like Oras where he was given more story. Like so he was in the game.
yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
spoilers? Is that spoilers?
The distortion world wasn't in. Distortion world just wasn't in Diamond or Pearl though. So like,
Yeah.
and Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl was literally a 1-to-1 remake in a chibi art style, and that was that was all
They're
right.
digging though.
I'm happy they did it to explore different possibilities of like different style of gameplay, but like I
For
would
$60, the same game in chibi.
And all the
For
glitches
$60.
and things that happen in the beginning too.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
So yeah, Legends Arceus, Brilliant Diamond, and Shining Pearl all on sale right now. Go buy them. They're like 40 instead.
Wait, what? They're on sale? Wait,
Yeah,
Pokemon
they're
games
all
are
on
actually
sale
on
right
sale?
now.
What the fuck?
Yeah, they always do that. Right before a new one comes out, they put the previous ones on sale.
Oh, that's
Always
right.
do that.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Speaking
And then
of,
they'll go
I
back up.
fucking can't wait. Have you seen like from what's officially announced, Jalbagel? Have you guys seen it? Like, have you guys seen what's officially been announced? Because I know you. I don't know. Jal's been like muting words. I don't know if you've been muting.
Oh my god. I have everything. I have the words Pokemon, Scarlet, Violet, and then everything else in between muted on Twitter.
Yep.
Oh my god.
I refuse.
So have you seen the ghost dog?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Good boy.
Some people have been saying like this is
Breathard.
what happens when you try to evolve a Growlithe with the wrong stone.
But actually, though, if you think about it,
It's so no. I'm
It's
just
a
saying they
Litwick.
actually killed it with a rock. That's what I'm saying. They're just like, boom, boom. Why isn't it working? Boom. Why isn't it working?
Mommy, Jimmy got a Firestone for his Growlithe. Honey, you don't need a Firestone for your Growlithe. You don't need an Arcanine. You're 7. He goes out, and then little Timmy goes outside. So, I found an evolution, so he just picks up a brick.
Oh my god.
The kid's gonna grow up to be a sociopath.
So that's the one with the new Pokemon.
And that's what Scarlet Violet's about.
Holy shit. You're that kid.
what if that's what happens? But then a Litwick decides to find the body.
Oh,
Just sits right
yeah,
on top
because
of
it has like a.
It's got that little candle.
But actually,
Yeah.
no, because it's like
But
it has
actually-
a candle.
Yeah.
Yeah. They talked a bunch. You want me to pull it up? I'll talk. Well, I'll find the thing on them.
Is
Oh
there
my
lore
God.
behind this Pokemon already?
So they always put out like a little blurb about them
Yeah,
on
like
the
a little bio.
official
Mhm.
website. It's there. Oh gosh. Also, we didn't talk about it yet, but Faragorith,
What?
Oh my,
the
Giraffarigs.
Giraffarigs
Oh, the
evolution.
freaking
Evolution.
long neck looking guy.
Long
Did,
blonde.
did the tail eat the head?
Yes.
Or
Do you want to know
That's
what's funny?
exactly what
Have you
happened.
seen the fan art with like it sticks out his tongue and the tongue is actually the head? Like, because the chain chomp is like actually the Pokemon and like it's not a hoodie and like the
Yeah.
tongue is part of like the head or something like that. It's like freaky
It's
fan art. I was
that
like,
was
"Ugh."
whole Giraffarigs thing is that both the head and the tail had a brain, so two brains
Yes.
are better than one. That was its whole.
Mhm.
That was its whole shtick.
So who
And
took
what
over
happens
who?
is, well, the brain from the tail moved up to the head too. So the head of its main body and the head of its tail combined, they're
Ugh.
now both the head. So it's literally two brains in one head.
It's
As a result of its evolution, the head of its main body and the head of its tail have become one. Both of Faragorif's brains are connected through thick nerves, increasing its psychic energy, and it can emit. My eyeball's dying. Hold on. It can emit psychic waves from the antenna on its head. It's always mindful of its surroundings, and while it can detect danger in an instant, there are times when its body cannot react as fast as its two brains think. Whoa,
so yeah, freaky,
pretty cool.
freaky Pokemon. My
Very
goodness.
cool.
It's
I always
really
feel
interesting.
like-
Pokemon.
Psychic and Ghost Pokemon have like some of the best like
Oh.
back or like Pokédex stories.
It's freaky. Freaking Drowsies and Hypnos is really freaky. Gengar, like evolution line is freaky.
Haunter and Gengar, like
yeah.
you kidding me?
Oh my
like-
goodness.
When you think about like Phantom, where it's literally like a child getting
Oh.
lost in the woods and they die and
Real
the soul
creepy.
inhibits a stump.
Yep.
and it's just like, yo, come on.
They
like,
still do freaky bios. They're not letting go of that. They're still doing it. It's like, it's not like they're just like, oh, we know it's a kid's game, but if they read.
What if they can read? Let me tell you.
There is some freaky shit.
For October, the Pokemon Company did a really cool thing where they released like, did I not save it? They released like little lore, like additional like Halloween themed lore tidbits about Pokemon. And it was so cool because it wasn't like just ghost Pokemon. They like actually reached out and like grabbed a couple different things and like talked about Pokedex entries that were just creepy. I sent it to my friend. Hold on, let me see if I can't find it. Yeah, and they did that. It was so cool.
Weird. That's crazy.
Oh my god.
It was super cool.
So when are parents gonna find out that their kids are playing a freaking like terrifying game?
Yeah, right.
It's like, oh, you're capturing Pokemon. They're like your pets and everything. Oh, that's so cute, honey. Have fun. And then they realize, like, oh yeah, this Gengar was a child.
They freak out.
Just be like, excuse?
What?
Dang it. I should have saved it separately. I'll find it. Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah, Grivard. Grivard's was cool, too. Normally, Grivard barely moves, resting peacefully underground. It pokes the topmost part of its head above ground and lights an eerie glow at its tip. Then waits for someone to approach. When the person draws near, Grivard jumps out of the ground while letting out a spooky cry that would startle most unsuspecting people. However, it doesn't appear to do this with ill intent.
Oh my gosh.
Literally just
so
like
fun.
a friend, and then people are like, ah!
And he's like, oh!
And he's like, oh, okay.
Okay.
I thought that there was also like a entry where it's just like, oh, you got to be careful not to like play with them too much because they just inadvertently will just start to suck your soul out because of them being a ghost Pokemon. And so it's just like they want to play, but they accidentally just slowly suck your soul out while you play with it.
Okay. Nope.
They will slowly and inadvertently absorb the life force of those around it, so it's best not to play with it too much.
Oh
like,
my god.
Good boy.
The best boy.
Jesus. Do you think it'll have an evolution?
Absolutely.
I hope so because from like I might be wrong, but like since the fact that its design is kind of based off of an Old English sheepdog.
Oh, so kind of like Stoutland?
A little bit. I almost want to see, well, granted, we probably already have one, but I was just like, I would love to see one based off of a church grim. It is a Welsh folklore type feature that actually like it will haunt like graveyards and it's like it essentially looks like a big black dog, so like probably not, but like especially with of how like the Old English sheepdog like type look where like it's if it turned into a shadow type deal, I'm like that'd be hecking cool to see, or like something along that, because I feel like for me when I saw it, I was just like, are they trying to do a spin on like a church grim? I was like, oh my god, that's so cool.
Oh, that'd be really cool. Yeah. I hope we get like another.
It protects the souls.
I kind of hope we get another cemetery, like in Pokemon, because we haven't had that in what, like how long? I don't think they'll do that something like that dark again, but it would be interesting for them to like have a cemetery you can go into again. That sounds dark. Imagine it,
but... especially like with the way that Scarlet and Violet looks, where it's like you can walk around in it. Like imagine like the ambience of that. Like that'd be great. Like just actually getting spooked, like mini jump scares of just random encounters where it's like you don't see anything.
They come out of the ground too.
Yeah.
No, they literally have the screenshot of the Grivard like underground. So and they've been showing that with a bunch of the Pokemon like Wiglet.
They have to do a cemetery.
Like, they do interact with the ground like a lot more. So I really like that.
Yeah.
I found it.
It has.
This is just for me. I'm not gonna read all of these, but like they were like sharing Pokemon scares up spine-tingling thrills with spooky Pokédex entries, and they're just talking about like some like entries, but it wasn't just ghost Pokemon, which I really appreciate about it. It was like a Araquanid, Beware, Cacturn, Gliscor, Gorbis. Like, I didn't know this about Gorbis, but like, Gen 3 Clamperose, one of Clampero's divergent evolutions, the long pink eel thing.
Mm-hmm.
Although Gorbis or Gorbis is the very picture of elegance and beauty while swimming, it is also cruel. When it spots prey, this Pokemon inserts its thin mouth into the prey's body and drains the prey of the body fluids. What the fuck? It's insane.
All right.
I was just like, what was it based off of though?
I don't know. That's freaky as shit.
That's really cool. Are you kidding me?
Sligoo's even in here.
Little Sligoo.
My boy. It has trouble drawing a line between friends and food. It will calmly try to melt and eat even those it gets along with.
Okay. It's like, hey, you look like food. No,
friend or food.
It's not friend or foe. It's friend or food.
Both is good.
Both is good.
Both.
Like after they eat them, it's like you were a good friend. Food. Fuck.
It's the same word. They're both F words. It's very easy to get confused.
Yeah. I mean, friend and foe is also like good F words.
Yeah. And
True.
some days with you, I don't know the difference. I'm kidding. I love you, Skoj. Oh my gosh, I do. That was too mean.
Oh.
No,
Wait, no, that's the wrong
you.
expression. Why do I have hearts? I didn't mean the heart expression. Wait, hold on. Is it this one? Yeah, there we go. No, that's not it. Fuck, I don't even know anymore. Hey, go on.
For those of you listening, this is great audio only.
I have different expressions I could go through. I mean, I can naturally just go. Anyways,
this is working brilliant. Audio only. He's trying to get the right expression on his model.
Yeah.
On his face. His new face. His anime face.
Oh my god.
Anna face. Nailed it.
It was a valiant attempt.
Just like one quick sidetrack. I'm just like curious, like, cause I don't know, like I'll be posting pictures and stuff on Twitter, but like people are not gonna see like footage of my face like ever anymore until like conventions.
Wow.
That's like fucking weird for me.
Old YouTuber now, yeah.
That is so weird to me. Anyways, so Pokemon.
Did you guys like Bellybolt and the new gym leader that they showed?
The electric
Iono?
gym leader. Yeah, the idol.
Wait, the little frog
The
boy.
literal VTuber.
Yeah.
That one's cool. That one's cool. I know her. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
No,
VTuber, we know each other.
we know each other. No, we don't.
Did you exchange trainer cards already?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I already have Scarlet and Violet. I mean, but yeah, no.
Bellybolt was
The
cool
new
looking,
frog Pokemon looks so derpy and adorable.
It looks
And I
so
want
dumb.
it. I think it's
Okay.
like
It
a
looks so
middle
stupid.
evolution or last evolution. I don't think it's a full evolution. Or
But
yeah.
the one thing that caught me off guard, okay, is the fact that the eyes,
Mm-hmm.
in quotations, aren't actually its eyes. What I thought was its nostrils.
Wait, what?
Is its eyes?
No.
Yes.
No.
So like the eyes on the
No.
top of its head, those
No.
are false eyes.
No.
Just like yeah,
No.
yeah.
No.
They literally
It's just
blink
like,
in the middle of the. It's ditto.
Yeah, well, I was thinking like
Diglett?
I was thinking like like Diglett, like
Wait,
how
is
that's not
that-
a nose, it's a tooth. Or like Poliwhirl, that's not its mouth, that's just a swirl.
When you think of Wobbuffet,
What?
where the Wobbuffet is actually its tail,
Yeah.
the blue that you actually see is just a decoy.
What? No.
We're destroying
Yeah.
Skoj
No.
with all of this like
No.
very intricate
No.
Yeah.
No.
lore. I love
Yeah.
it.
No, you're lying. That's fake. What the fuck?
No, it's not.
Wobbuffet
He's in
is
denial.
always this like I'm gonna
No.
be sleepy all the time, but no, wait. What?
No,
Buddy talks.
if you ever see the tail of Wobbuffet, it actually has eyes. It's like
Yeah.
Mimikyu.
I
It's
thought-
essentially almost like very much like a Mimikyu, where Mimikyu
Oh.
hides itself. The tail will set out a decoy so that it's not targeted itself.
Yeah, but the Mimikyu, like, do we ever know what it really looks like, or is it kind of just like a mystery
No.
still?
No,
That,
it's still
that's a
mystery.
cool one too, because it says if you ever see Mimikyu's true form, you'll be consumed by nightmares and die.
No.
I love Pokemon, dude. It's
Bro,
such a cool everything.
So that's Diglett's
Yep.
that shine. It's just a tooth. It's a mouth. It's a whole mouth.
Yeah.
It's just
No,
going
the nose thing, that's
the
just a
entire
tooth.
time. What?
It's just
Wait.
a tooth.
No.
That's all it is.
What?
Yep.
That's a tooth.
It's
that
not a
red thing is a
nose?
tooth?
Nope. Yep. It's a tooth.
That red hole, the whole red thing is a tooth.
Diglet tooth. Tooth.
I am. That part I didn't know.
I'm joking.
Oh. I'm like, what the
There's
fuck?
a joke about like from the artwork because it's like a
shine?
red circle and then the shine just
Yeah.
looks like a tooth.
Oh my god.
So it
That
is
was
like so it
Yeah,
is
it's
just
like
a
weird
nose.
nose thing.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
nose. It's a
Good
nose.
lord. Holy shit. You almost made me
I was
believe
trying
you.
to break you.
I'm already broken with the whole like Wobbuffet shit. I'm still not over that. So what else? What
Well,
was
if
the
you
other
think
one
of-
you said before Diglett?
Oh, like Poliwhirl's like
Poliwhirl.
swirl on its belly.
Yeah.
That's just a swirl. It's not even its
Oh
mouth.
yeah, no, I knew that. Okay, that
It
was I thought
loses
that was
its
just
mouth.
what?
No, just a swirl.
But it loses its mouth.
Oh yeah, it does.
Poliwag has a mouth.
He became the Matrix thing with that scene with Neo.
But then
and
he
it's
grew
just like
he
Yeah.
in
you just-
exchange
you
for a mouth,
switch
he
them
grew
out.
arms
Yeah.
and
his hands
Just treat
became
him
the
around.
mouth. What? I don't know.
his fists are the ones that
It's like-
speak now.
You showed two pictures of what they like the Poliwhirl can become. It's like, do you want mouth or no mouth? What do you want?
You get to
decide.
pick.
Do you want to eat or not?
Starves. I'm
Starves.
just intestine, but no mouth.
Jesus.
Oh
So,
my God.
holy shit. Oh my god. What was
He's
another
so
one?
broken.
I am very
Another-
broken.
Oh, dude, I don't know. I'll probably think
Well,
of one
like there's
an hour.
Mimikyu, but there's also like a Shedinja is essentially just a cask of what Ninjask shedded, and it just
Mhm.
it's a ghost
Oh,
Pokemon, so
yeah.
it literally just grew a life of its own.
I mean, it
Yep.
makes sense because it has like a one life, but the fact that it's like a being, like it's alive, is really freaky.
Oh my god!
It's a Shedinja's a play on a Kagemusha, a shadow, like a shadow warrior.
Oh, yeah.
The idea being like the doppelganger or the decoy.
Oh,
But it's like a shadow decoy.
why do
it's-
people
it's a play on
consider it
that.
like really strong if it only has like one health? Like if like
It has an ability that says it doesn't take damage from attacks unless they're super effective.
Mm-hmm.
oh
Mm-hmm.
Wonder Guard.
Yeah, I
Um,
think that's what it is.
Jesus, so that means like, that's really strong.
I
That's
mean,
why
it's Bug Ghost. It has plenty of weaknesses, but there's like some like really dumb things that you can do with it, and it's mostly just its ability in randomizers that people are like, get rid of that.
Yeah, I've been watching like a lot of randomized playthroughs, and a lot of people spoke like really highly of like Wonder Guard, and I'm just like, why? So I guess
Yeah.
that's the case. That's why, because
Yeah.
it's really
I
broken.
mean, if you get Wonder Guard on a Pokemon that has very few weaknesses, they never can get hit. And then when you
Yep.
do come across a Pokemon that has a super effective move to actually hit you, you're at least a Pokemon that has more than 1 HP.
Yep,
So it's like,
Mhm.
okay,
a slacking with Wonder
Sure.
Guard.
it has one weakness and it's fighting.
Yeah,
Oh.
imagine a slacking with fucking Wonder Guard. Jesus Christ.
I would, if that was ever like in a Nuzlocke, just running across that, just be like,
I'm dead. That's the
Imagine-
Nuzlocke.
Imagine with me for a moment a Gen 3 randomizer.
Oh.
But the Pokemon that gets Wonder Guard is a Sableye. Sableye's typing is Ghost Dark, which means it has no weaknesses. It's not until Gen 6 that they gave it a weakness, which was Fairy.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh man.
oh god.
It's like it looks
Yeah.
at Mega Sableye. It's like, who are you? I'm you, but weaker.
I'm literally weaker. 'Cause I have a weakness.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
always
man.
fun. That's why Gen 3 randomizers are painful. Because,
Yep.
Fairy doesn't exist yet. So it doesn't have a weakness.
Yep.
And
We're
then
gonna
you
have
get
fun with that.
Well, that's why in the randomizer it like has like a specific. Remember, it had that specific setting to allow Wonder Guard or not, and we turned that the fuck off.
Oh yeah.
Not dealing with that.
Oh, I thought it was like the thing that Wobbuffet had. It was no.
Nope.
Okay, never mind. Anyways,
the thing that Wobbuffet has is Mirror Coat, which is equally as scary.
that's what it was.
Because we lost 2 Pokemon to Mirror Coat.
Yep.
I don't remember, and I don't want to remember.
It was late. it was later in the run because it was like one of my. Oh no, I think it was like one of the ones that was leveling up when we were in the 50s.
Yep.
And I think that's when I said I'm done streaming.
Oh, was
like,
that
okay,
was when you lost by Ampharos, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
that
no.
was. I was really sad because I just leveled it up, and I was like, all right, let's
We're
do
done
this. He's like,
streaming.
we're done
Oh,
streaming. I
no.
look over, and it's like, oh, you killed my Ampharos. Oh man.
Oopsies.
But well, if you want to steer things back a little bit, are there any art pieces you plan on getting into? Do you plan on doing Pokemon art pieces?
Actually, I won't mention that one because of the fact that I'm like, there's a secret thing that I'm kind of working on. But I do plan on
Exclusive gamer breakfast news.
exclusive. No, okay, it's just mini projects that I have on the side that I want to get into.
That's exciting.
Where it is kind of a Pokemon Monster Hunter
Ooh.
collaboration. But I definitely do want to do Pokemon ones. I also just have to get like through the Lunagaron, Namiel, Malzeno one, and then I have one that I have to do for Okami because Okami
You have
being
to.
yeah, since we finished the game. But I'm really excited to see as to like what different like new Pokemon there are, because like we see like snippets of like a few of them, but just having something just like, even if it's just like a small one of like Fido.
Yeah. Fido is, oh my
boy.
gosh, that's like Jalzu mascot right there. Fucking Fido.
It's literally a dog made of bread.
Yes. I think he
can't
wins.
make this shit up. It's my new mascot.
Jal, I think you need to do like a Nuzlocke run of just like the Fido run and just like do
It's just
complete
gonna
run.
be 6 Fidos.
Yeah,
Correct.
6 Fidos, and that's it.
Never evolve them.
Exactly.
Will
was
they
a-
actually get an evolution? That's a question.
Oh, it's gotta.
It
I mean,
has to.
yeah. Because you
Or
think
they
of
sit
like,
out in the sun too long and it bakes.
What if that's how you evolve it? Like, you know how they have these like weird ass
He's so
evolutions
happy.
where you have to like turn your DS upside down to evolve like one of the other
Good
mods.
old Miamarra.
Yeah. You have to do that, and I was like, "There's no way that works." I did it. I was like, "Oh, well, all right. What the? How does it know I turned it upside down?"
The only reason I was able to figure out how to evolve my Inkay into a Malamar was because I dropped my 3DS. I dropped it, I picked it up, and it goes, and a Pokemon's evolving. Like, what happened?
oh my god.
That's probably like the best way to like to find out about its evolution. I wonder if that's how it like people found out that that's how it evolved. Someone was just like, "Huh," they're like, oh, wait.
There was apparently an NPC somewhere that said something about going upside down, and that was supposed to be enough of a hint for you to turn your 3DS upside down, and it wasn't.
People
That's
really,
funny.
like looking and be like, all right, is there some place that like I can have sticky shoes to like, you know, go upside down? Like,
Where's the dimension with Giratina? I need it.
Yeah, where's the distortion world? So I can walk upside down on an island.
right? Oh my god.
I think that's like when I was playing that game, I was thinking like, is there a distortion world in this game? But like, no.
Okay, gotta rethink my evaluations here.
Yes.
What starters everyone picking?
I'm picking the fire pepper boy. He's so
Fuecoco?
derpy.
Wrong.
Fuecoco. He's so
Incorrect.
derpy.
It's
Incorrect.
Sprigatito. It's a
Thank you.
it's a freaking grass cat.
I hope your cat stands
plant
up.
Children. I have plant children. I
you're-
want cat.
I hope your ghost pepper isn't a ghost type. I said it.
I don't mind. That's a derpy mod. I hope it's derpy all the way through.
Well, I hope it looks sophisticated.
No!
and intelligent.
Because the cat doesn't gain like bipedal, like
it's probably
stay
gonna.
stay on all fours, please.
I hope it stays on all fours, but it with the rate that Pokemon's been going, it's probably gonna be on its back hind legs and like
I love the memes. Where it's like a picture of Sprigatito and then pieces of tape over its paws, and it just says the paws stay on the ground.
I hope it's some kind of like tanky Venusaur type of thing. Like, you know how sick that would be?
I want an elegant cat. Give me a cat. Give me Liepard but green. I'll be happy. I won't complain. If it's exactly Liepard but they just color shifted it to be green, I wouldn't complain. I'd be so happy.
I feel like it's either gonna be like gonna be like Liepard.
What if it's like a Raikou?
Be like Purgly.
Gonna be what?
Purgly.
Oh, give me a big fat fucking cat.
Oh my god.
Give me a reason
That fucking weed cat, man. It's gonna be eating Cheetos and just blazing it up all the time.
Oh my god.
Yes.
I hope it has a cigar.
Badass chonk. Yeah, it has a cigar. It'll be fucking the
with the blob eyes and just like
from Mickey Mouse.
Oh my god. But then there's Quaxley too.
Yeah,
it's
a JoJo.
Donald Duck.
It's gonna turn into
Dio.
Dio.
It really turns into JoJo.
The pompadour slowly turns into like a pompadour hat, and it's like Dio.
Just gets jacked. It's just Machoke but blue and a duck and jacked and a pompadour. And that's it. That's all it needs to be.
Are you saying Donald Duck made his way into Pokemon?
Yes.
Yeah. No, Donald Duck made his way into JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and they called him Donald Joestar.
Donald Joestar. DJ.
Oh shit! It's real now.
Feel the DJ, Donald Joestar.
Oh my god.
Oh man, I'm really excited for that.
Who is the last one that they showed? The II.
What?
No.
Oh, Grafai.
There we go. Yeah.
I love it. Gremlin energy. I love it so much. It is a perfect little graffiti monster.
It looks interesting.
I love it.
Do you think it'd get an evolution though? That's like the thing.
I don't think
I was looking, I'm like,
it's middle of the road.
You think it's middle road?
Oh no! I think it could go one way or another. Is what I'm saying.
One way or the other.
Devolves
or not. No, but it's very much like almost like enough of a Pokemon, right? Like not like it's got all of its design elements there. It's wearing a hoodie. It's got like the graffiti hands. It can do all that stuff. But if it didn't get an evolution, I wouldn't be surprised, right?
Yeah.
Because like Passimian and Oranguru are also simian style, primate style Pokemon that also didn't have evolutions.
Yeah.
And both look like they absolutely could have.
What if like there's a Pokemon where you have to evolve it through friendship, but if it gets angry at you, it devolves?
I would want a divergent evolution, one where it's like we maxed friendship by a specific level, and one where friendship was 0 at a specific level. Ooh. I think that would be cool.
That'd be sick too.
I would love that.
You just keep having it faint to evolve it. Oh my god.
Yes. Give it the berries it doesn't like, so it stays mad at you.
Just like his berry. Oh, it's evolving.
What if you have to have like a session where like, because this is a game where like it's the first where you can actually have an open world multiplayer, right? So it's just like, how might that like affect where it's just like, is there one where it's like, you actually have to have a friend near you, like, and like,
you
have
that'd be cool.
That would be really cool.
Like, you have to have like two of the same in order, like a friendship, like, or something,
That'd be cool.
It'd be interesting to see is like how they bring in a different aspect. Cause like we see that terrestrialization is
terastallizing.
Terastallizing. Yeah. So it's like, you know, after we had like the Mega Evolution and then the Dynamax and all that, like that's kind of like it's that little twist, right?
The new gimmick.
But I'm interested to see as to how well the multiplayer is going to do, because I think that that's what I'm most excited for, because it's like, you know, growing up, you were just like playing Pokemon side by side with a friend or with like a sibling, right? And then, you know, that was where like the link trades, the cable trades, when you actually had the literal cable. Then wireless happened, so there's that trading. But I'm like, it's really interesting to see as to how like they touched a bit on Sword and Shield in the DLC, where you enter the area and like you have like the area to explore with people, but I'm like, this is entirely open world for that.
Correct.
Yeah.
So it makes me like somewhat cautious though, because it's just like, how much are they going to be able to put into it?
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
Cautiously optimistic.
Me too.
Game freak, right?
Yeah.
They're like multiplayer. That's enough. It's like no. We need a game too. It's not enough to be in the same area.
It's like, please, like,
do something now.
Do we progress too, or is it just their progression that the boys?
They did say you can do the stories together.
What does that mean?
But like, what does that exactly? What does that mean?
I mean, it also like begs the question though. It's like if you were to do like co-op shiny hunting, right? Or it's like,
what if Liz steals my shiny?
What if fucking Liz steals my was the shiny, right? And someone beat you to it first, right?
So like, I think this was like spoilers, like leaked spoilers, but somebody told me about it and I was excited about it. Can I talk about it? It's about shinies.
I would say no for listeners.
Okay. I'm excited is all I'm saying.
Oh, you can tell us after the podcast, but for the listeners, I would say no.
Okay. It's the only thing I'm excited about. Dang listeners.
Listeners, close your ears. I'm kidding.
Skip this part.
But
I'm gonna tell it anyways and just do a hard cut.
Oh man, but yeah, I mean, I'm really excited for the game. I think it's gonna be really cool because like we have 3 different storylines you can progress through. And it's just like I have a feeling this is gonna be like my like comfy game for a while too, because it seems very comfy.
Yeah.
Which story do you think you'll do first?
Gyms.
Because there's the gyms, yeah. So there's the gyms, there's the school exploration for like some plant thing, and then there's the Team Star story.
I wonder if you could do all 3 though. Can you do all 3 at once? Like,
they did say you can do all 3 of them.
Okay.
Whether or not they scale to you, that's another story. Because
that's what I'm
wondering, like,
too.
I'm gonna do one and then I'm gonna go to do the next one and then just steamroll through it. Which, if that's the case, then I'll just do a new team.
Yeah.
Can you do them all at the same time though? Like, if you think about it being like,
yeah, that's what
like
I was
if you
thinking
progress
too.
through it and then go back and then kind of like do like a little like, you know, a rotational thing.
Hopefully. I would like that.
There's a lot of questions with this game. Like, I'm excited for it because it just looks like a genuinely good game, but like I'm just like, how's it gonna work?
Guess we're about to find out in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks. Oh my god.
So excited. My goodness. Yeah, this is like I have a feeling, this is a game that like I haven't been excited for a Pokemon game since before Sun and Moon, I think.
Wow.
I was
Tragic.
excited for Arceus.
I'm excited for all of them. They announced a Pokemon game and I'm like, yes.
Well, I'm gonna get one regardless, and I'm excited to play them. But like, I don't think I've been like this excited for like a Pokemon game. Like, I've been excited for other ones, but I don't think I've been this excited since like probably like Horas.
Okay. Now, I have a question because I had this sitting on my desk. I got a copy of Pokemon Conquest recently. So I'm very excited. I get to play this now. This is the only Pokemon game I haven't played. This is the only one. This is the last one. So I'm super excited to actually play it.
Are you doing a playthrough of this on stream, or are you?
I don't know yet. I haven't decided yet. I might. I'm considering it.
I still have my old copy of that game.
I'm so excited. I thought it was a 3DS game. It's a DS game. Yep. But my question for you guys is what's your favorite spin-off Pokemon game?
Ooh. Mystery Dungeon.
Which
What was
one?
it? I'm trying to figure out like which. It was the Game Boy ones.
Red and Blue
Was it
Rescue Team?
Darkness?
I think it was Red and Blue Rescue Team was I think one of my
The first
favorite
ones.
spin-offs. Yeah.
Oh God.
Really good.
If it was the Game Boy one, it would have been Red Rescue Team because that was the only one that came out in the Game Boy.
Yeah, I think that was it
Yeah,
then.
Red Rescue Team and Blue Rescue Team. I did play Oh my God. This one has a soft spot in my heart just because I played this so many times when I was on road trips with my family. It would have to be Pokemon Pinball.
Ooh.
Yes! Oh, so good. I love Pokemon Pinball too. That's actually like unironically my favorite. It's sitting on the desk right behind me because it's literally one of my favorite
That's
games. I
so
still play it. I
fucking
love it.
funny.
I played a lot
All
of
the
the
learning-
Mystic Dungeon ones, and I remember just like resetting it because I was just like, I didn't want that Pokemon. I'd be like, how could you do this to me?
Squirtle, I wanted Eevee.
There was also that one Pokemon game where you could like transfer your like DS files into the Wii, and then you can like fight the Pokemon against each other. That's called
Battle
No, not
Revolution.
Coliseum.
Revolution.
Battle Revolution.
I always
Yep.
like whatever
Gen
chance I
4.
could get. Like I would always borrow the game from my friends and like transfer my Pokemon into it and just fight because I'm just like, this is so sick. Like I went through
Very
like
cool.
an emotional connection with all these Pokemon and I could see them in like 3D. And I'm like, what?
3D.
I think what is one you guys really want to play, or have you guys play all of them?
I have Pokemon Conquest. After I played this, that'll be all of the Pokemon games. I've
Jesus.
played every single one of them after this.
I think it's
I played
Pokemon.
like Trozy and Pokemon Shuffle. Oh, I haven't played Cafe Mix. That's next.
Oh, I haven't played that one either. I think if there was one that I don't think it'd be really hard to get hands on, but I would love to play the Pokemon Gale of Darkness.
Ooh.
Still have mine.
What about the what was the one with the Dark Lugia?
That was
Gale
Gale
of
of
Darkness.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, I
It's
really
like-
want to play that one.
Well, like my
Gale of
first
Darkness is
Pokemon
good.
game ever was Pokemon Coliseum on the Nintendo 64.
yeah.
And my sister and
Oh,
I
wait,
would
Coliseum?
always
GameCube.
no
Mhm.
Pokemon Battle Stadium. That's what it was. Battle Stadium.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was the one that was for Nintendo 64.
Yeah.
I always get those two mixed up for some odd
Pokemon
reason.
Stadium, yeah.
That one's
But
coming on the
also-
Switch.
The
Yep.
Battle Stadium?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Pokemon Stadium and Stadium 2 are coming to Switch Online.
Okay. I'm honestly, I would love to see how they do that if they bring back the old games because that Clefairy memorization game, I hate that one. The Lickitung all you can eat was heckin' fun, but also just where I learned to button mash the most was the Magikarp flail.
Oh my gosh.
That one was I love those mini games and like especially like since you shared one screen at the time because it's a Nintendo 64 era that like literally my sister and I would send each other to a different room and like have us shut the door so that we didn't see what team we were picking. But I knew most of the time that she would always have a Gengar. Gengar was her bae. And then she knew that she would always have some type of water type because I would always have Ninetales. But like imagine just like a battle stadium like that, but with like all the different Pokemon.
I want that.
I
Yes.
would
Like-
absolutely love that.
Oh, dude, you could actually
like-
like, build your team of 6. Like
Yeah.
the team of 6.
Just have it be a side game.
They never really appreciated this like the lotto style rental team games. Like people loved that stuff because like Pokemon competitive is super straightforward in the sense of like build a competitive team, make sure they're the strongest, and land inside the rule sets of having the best team ever. But then when you introduce like new rules and like stipulations on how those Pokemon are built and like restrictions on their EVs and IVs, like you didn't have any control of that because it was a random Pokemon assigned to you. That's just so much more fun.
Mm-hmm. What if
I
there's
just
like
downloaded Cafe Remix.
What if there was like a Pokemon game where it's just purely just a battle game, and it's like Smash but for Pokemon, where you can select any Pokemon from, and you can select which gen you want to fight in, because like every game has like their own rules, like you said, and you could like fight with those Pokemon with the other team, and it would just be purely just a fighting game.
Like a Smash or like a Tekken or like
No. I say like Smash because it's just like you can select the Pokemon you want to choose to fight. Like you have access to like everything, and you would be a normal
You're still
Pokemon
saying
battle.
a Pokemon battle simulator.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is what is like.
Yeah,
there
that's
is
called
something
Pokemon
like that.
Showdown.
Yeah, but that's like not official though.
Right. But I don't see them making anything like that.
It'd be cool though.
It would
I mean, it
be
would be.
interesting.
Yeah, but I just want Stadium now. I just want Pokemon Stadium with the 1,019 Pokemon or whatever it is.
We have access to Pokemon Bank. They could easily do that.
Yeah. How many?
If there was one thing that I wish that I could like kind of see, and granted this is just me, but like I felt like we were so close to having it in Arceus a little bit, but like, you know, what if there was like a Stardew-esque where it's just like you're actually like building like a ranch for Pokemon, but then like also having like an apricorn farm, having the berry farm, like being able to make poffins, being able to make the curry, like bringing those aspects into like this type of like
Harvest Moon Pokemon.
Give me Harvest Moon Stardew Valley Pokemon game, please. Give me
Like,
the
With
resource
multiplayer
management
and
survival
just like, and
Pokemon
you can
game.
ride the Pokemon into the town to get more materials, and you can do this.
Oh
you can
my
fly to
God.
this location.
Could you imagine how comfy that game would be? You imagine
Dude.
how cozy that would be?
It would be heckin'
You would
cozy.
literally be waking up one day and be like, "Ah, yes, time to play Pokemon Farm Simulator," and you'd be like, "Let's go,
But like,
milk my milk tank and just do."
No, not that. No, we don't do that.
You don't want to do
no,
that?
No, I'm good.
I want
Oh
motion
my
controls.
but it's like being able to like have like that building aspect, because like building
Oh,
like
that'd be so
creature creating, like I played Pixelmon, which was
Yes.
the Minecraft, but people would make models that were Pokemon in Minecraft.
Yes.
And like you could walk around and it's like somewhat aggro. So it's like having that sense of like that aggro from like Arceus, where it's just like they would be like, hey, you could still catch them. Or like there could be other ways where if they're like friendly enough, being like, hey, you wanna be friends? Come home with me? Yes, please.
Your fish.
Yeah, please.
Here, eat this fish.
Eat this fish.
Like,
Oh my goodness.
I
There
feel
are
like
so many ideas that the Pokemon Company could take and run away with and make millions on. Millions. They are too protective and too stubborn of their intellectual property to do anything of value with it. And it is so aggravating just watching this entire series just be squandered.
They could do so much. I mean, it seems like
could.
like with their side games, they're doing fun stuff with it, but they need more. Like they need to like invest more time. Like they're sitting on like a whole gold mine with like a farming game. Like release Scarlet Violet this year, and then next year we can have like a Pokemon farming game. And I don't care like how long we have to wait for like the next official Pokemon game, because we can shiny hunt for Scarlet and Violet for the rest of the time.
So I had this thought because it was instigated by the like Halloween themed tweets coming from the Pokemon Company. So Pokemon Masters EX is the Pokemon Gacha like waifu pairs or husbando pairs, like, you know, mobile game. It's fun. I've played it like on and off for a year now, and I can't seem to stick with it, and that's fine. That's whatever. But what they did, I'm trying to find it. What month is this? This is October. I'm trying to find it. They did Halloween themed costumes and a Halloween themed story in Masters EX. It was awesome.
Whoa.
It was so cool. And they put the characters into Halloween costumes and they built this Halloween themed story around it, and it was brilliant. It was amazing. My thought was, why the hell are they not going to put live service stuff like this, live service seasonal events inside of the main series game? You know how cool it would be to be like hanging around in the game, and then there's Cynthia, but she's like wearing her New Year's outfit and she's excited about the New Year's, and you have to like do a fucking little mini side quest for her, and you get some bullshit like You get like an emote and
outfit.
like some bullshit outfit. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
You get a sparkler that you get to hold in your hand and a set of glasses that say 2023.
Animal
Come
Crossing.
on, guys.
That would be fucking
I would pay
amazing.
money for this every time. $5 for every single. I don't give a shit. I would literally pay money
Oh my
to
God.
experience that.
That would
I
be
mean,
fucking
no one else
amazing.
would, but
Just think about like how like the towns could be like set up though too. Like you know how like in Monster Hunter World Iceborne where the Gathering Hub, like those seasonal
Yes.
events, I live for those, and I was so
love
sad when I'm like
those.
nothing has been done with Rise. But I'm like, imagine that in a Pokemon setting where it's just like, you know, what if you see more Pumpkaboos like out and
Yeah.
about,
Yeah.
like
because like
or
that's the cool
even-
thing too. Like even think like just on the Halloween aspect, right? Pumpkaboo and Gorgeist actually have size differences between them. There are 5 different size variants of Pumpkaboo and Gorgeist. When you evolve them and when you train them and level them, they're different sizes on the screen. It's so cool.
Mhm.
We could have just had a whole pumpkin patch seasonal event in the game
Like-
where you can go and catch big Pumpkaboo, and it could have been like the bug catching contest from Gen 1 where the biggest Pumpkaboo
Oh
wins.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Or even just like visiting like a haunted, like what would be like a haunted house, or it's just like for like little jump
Yeah.
scares, but like all you have is the lighting of like the chandeliers lit wicks, like the
Yeah.
lamp ends,
And
and then
then-
like having like Gengar just coming out of like the wall or some stuff like that.
That would be so
And then like
sick.
the whole thing could be like at the very end of it you catch the Rotom that was like doing this little poltergeist thing throughout the whole house and like oh god, that'd be so cool.
Oh my
I hate this
god.
franchise. I hate it because we'll never get any of this.
Oh my goodness. They have so much fucking money too. They could easily just be like, oh hey, the
Easily.
company that made Final Fantasy, Square Enix, make a good Pokemon game for an MMORPG. You know, whoa.
Did you guys
Imagine a
see-
Groudon as like a raid battle.
I'm telling. So they tried. They got so close with the raid dens in Sword and Shield because they were doing something very very close to that, where it's like live service seasonal. The dens in the wild area are going to be different. You know, you have a limited time to like, go out and catch it. That's so close. But raid dens are boring.
Yeah. They're so
like,
out
I'd
of the
rather
way
have-
too.
Yeah, and with the terrestrializing, they did show that it's going to have a form of raid battle, right? Like they did show raid battles, and you don't attack in turn with your partners. You attack on your own. Like you attack like in a live time event, not like in a turn order.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, Scarlet.
Gosh,
But
I'm really excited for this
raid
game.
battles?
Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, Terra raid battles. Completely new battle format where you'll team up with 3 other trainers, so 4 total, in order to take on a terrestrialized wild Pokemon within a time limit. In the Terra battles, you can attack without waiting on the other trainers' turns. Help. So it's important that you cooperate with your fellow trainers at a quick pace.
Hmm.
The Pokemon that appear in Terra raid battles are fierce, but you can join forces with others to prove victorious. Which, once again, it's like the raid dens where you find a crystal and interact with it, and there's a specific Pokemon in there, and then you would get to attempt to catch it with 3 other people. But it's a little more like faster paced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's still just a little bit shallow. Just a little bit, in my opinion. But
Just a smidge.
the Crown Tundra portion, the Crown Tundra DLC has the max raid den, which is multiple raid dens in a row, and that was kind of cool for like a day.
Yeah, that was
So
cool
that's
for a day.
closer.
That was when I got my first I experienced shinies when I was like younger, but that was the first time I actually like found one randomly in a wild until we did our Soul Link thing, which I was really upset with.
Oh my
Don't worry
god.
about it.
I haven't
Got
gone
a
to that.
fucking shiny Metagross, and I couldn't even catch it. Oh my goodness!
No.
Because like it was like the area between like you get Pokeballs. We're trying to get like Professor Oak's like satchel, like that point. And we walked through the grass, and it was a shiny Metagross. I'm like, oh, it was a shiny.
Satchel.
Wait, it was a shiny.
It's a parcel, Skoy.
Oh,
A box,
parcel?
package.
Sorry.
Parcel.
I thought
Get
it
his
was.
satchel.
I thought it was a bag. I
That's
thought it was
not
his bag.
Professor
Oh.
Rowan.
What? Oh, wait. Do we have to do it for Rowan
Gen
too?
3. Gen 3, Rowan drops his handbag,
Bag.
which
Yeah.
has the 3 Pokeballs in it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we could have had 3 mons at the start.
Just snag them all.
Just take
They
all
bought, hey, here's your bag. Oh, there was stuff in it? Ah,
just
weird.
punch your rival in the throat, grab all
Someone
3
else
and
got
run
to it. This
away.
was the last one that I got.
That'd be
man.
funny.
But yeah.
I could spend the next 4 hours complaining about what Pokemon could be doing better.
Oh.
I don't know
Or
if
it's just
anyone
like
wants
being
that.
I have
able
all
to
night.
take even taking ideas of like, even if it's just like fan evolutions, being like, you know, how cool would it for them to have like be like, okay, here's a monster, we're gonna do a contest with the community, being like, you know, what would be the best like evolution for it? Like, there's
That
so
would be
many
so
good
sick.
ones.
They could absolutely do that. I think that'd be like really scary for them. But like in
Yeah.
the same vein, like Monster Hunter does that, but not with a monster, but with like the equipment
weapon.
and the weapons. I thought that was neat. Maybe
Wait,
they could do
really?
a similar thing. You've never seen that? So in
No.
World,
Yeah.
they had 2 contests. They had one in World and one in Iceborne for the community voted like community created weapon. So
The
like
rocket power
artists were
greatsword.
the Rocket Power Greatsword and then the Black Eagle Charge Blade.
Mm-hmm.
Those were
Oh.
made by like fans in the community, and then the community voted on them, and those are the ones that won, and so they made them and put them into the game.
Yep. It's so
Pretty
fucking cool.
amazing. Oh my
Holy
God.
shit.
Very neat.
If they did that for Pokemon, that would be absolutely insane.
I feel like a Pokemon would be asking a lot, though,
Really?
right? Because you're like, I don't know. I feel so. I feel
There's
like
a
it
lot
because especially
of
with
great
Pokemon.
artists.
Oh
there
yeah, no,
is.
I don't get me wrong. I think that too. But I think the problem is that the people that come up with the Pokemon 2, these are like, if you ever looked into them, they're people that have like 20 to 30 years of experience drawing Pokemon,
Mhm.
right? Because they have a very specific like take that they want to take on
Yeah.
Pokemon now. Like even now for the next set of Pokemon cards coming out, Silver Tempest, one of the first artists on the very first set of Pokemon is still drawing artwork in that set.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's insane.
Wow.
The Lugia, the alternate art Lugia that's in there was drawn by that same artist,
Wasn't
and they've been drawing Pokemon for 30 years.
Didn't they do that for Pokemon though? For Pokemon cards, like they have like the fans kind of draw some of the cards, and they
Just did that.
that was the
And
first
3
one.
of them are there. I don't know if this is the first time that they've done it, but this is the first time that I've actually like paid attention. But they did a contest where people were drawing. You had specifications, specific Pokemon that you could draw artwork for,
Yeah.
and then they were gonna pick. They picked winners, so it wasn't. Did they do a community? They might have done a community vote on it too. I can't remember. But they just picked the winners for it. It was a Arcanine was the only one that I can remember because it's a very sleepy boy. Pokemon
Sleepy.
TCG fan art contests.
That's so fucking cool though. We need more of those.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I feel like they'd be really well received, especially like if it's in like the trading card.
Oh
like,
yeah.
granted, like would they make it like specifically like a rare card? So it's just like if you got it, like would that be it? Or, you know, it'd be interesting to see.
Yeah.
But they have 2 different like type of platforms though. You have like the video game, and you have like the card game.
Mhm.
And it's just like, you know, how can they actually like bring more of like that community? I feel like granted it's like that community aspect I feel is sometimes just lacking.
Mhm.
So it's just like, how can they actually like help themselves to like, you know, to benefit of having like, you know, we're going to interact with the community more. It can be terrifying, but like that could help so much of like expanding like horizons of like what they can do with all these different, like how many Pokemon are we up to? Like 1,000.
928.
It's almost 1,000.
Okay.
It's gonna
Yeah.
be 1,000 after this game.
Yep. Yep.
It's gonna be 1,000 after this game. Oh my god. Jesus.
So
Oh,
the
no.
illustrations that they did, there's the grand prize winner who got the grand prize winner and first runner up will receive 5,000, 3,000 in cash prizes. respectively, and their submissions be featured in upcoming promo cards for the Pokemon TCG. In addition, second runner-up winners and judge award winners will receive 1,000 and 500 in cash, respectively. There were hundreds of thousands of submissions for this, and the artwork that won are amazing. The artwork that won is amazing. But it was a Bulbasaur, a Greninja, and an Arcanine. The Arcanine was the grand prize winner from an artist named Rend.
Yeah.
And I think they're amazing, right? But they gave the parameters. They said like it can be one of these Pokemon, and it says trainers were asked to capture the official contest theme of the daily life of Pokemon, and submissions were evaluated by a panel of judges from the Pokemon Company Group and Creatures Inc., which Creatures Inc. is the company that owns Pokemon. Including official Pokemon TCG illustrators. And I think it's so cool that they actually did this.
Like if I was an
artist,
artist,
the artwork in here is amazing.
If I was an artist and I submitted mine, the fact that they like it was even submitted and they like looked at it, that like if they like you see an email saying like, sorry, we like your design, but we don't this does not fit the criteria that we want, and I would just be like, that's fine, you looked at it.
That's all that matters.
God.
Oh man,
that'd be super cool. I would like to see them try to collaborate. I would like a clothing design contest for a clothing article that they would put into the game.
That would be sick.
I think that would be cool, and that would be less intrusive into their brand.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that would be something that like Pokemon would actually go for, because like having a fan create a Pokemon, and if you made that fan voted, it would get to Reddit, and then they would vote for the dildo Pokemon. Like that's just all that would happen.
Oh geez.
Yeah.
That we would have a dildo Pokemon.
Not only that, we have like what, Wiglet?
Wait, he's precious. He's a little sea. He's a sea garden
He's
eel.
Kez's younger brother, and you know it.
No, he's a Wiggler.
Kezu's just hiding underneath the sand, just peeking his head out, be like, "Hello."
That fan art was made so fucking quickly. I was like, I tweeted it as like, no, it'd be funny if it was Kezu. I was like, wait a minute. Oh,
they've already done it.
Counting down the days, minutes.
That was when I woke up for work too. I was just like, oh shit, new Pokemon. That's cute. I was like, oh, it'd be funny if. Never mind.
Scrolls down a few. Oh, never mind. It's already been done.
Yeah.
Oh
absolutely
man.
did it.
But regardless, I'm really excited for Pokemon. We're getting so close. Oh man.
Soon, TM.
Are we
TM.
at our final words? At our final?
I think so. I mean, yeah, it was almost about 2 hours. I'd say that was a good one.
That was great. We talked about Pokemon. I loved it. We have
we got to talk about Pokemon. We're like, yes, we're Monster Hunter creators and Monster Hunter adjacent creators. Let's talk about Pokemon for an hour. Nothing's happening with that game. Title Update 3 is coming out eventually. Who knows, man?
I want to include this as well. Expect another podcast with Miamarra soon, because we're gonna do one with her, Liz, and like all four of us in one podcast, because I don't know if you, I would let you take the reins on this one actually.
Yeah, plug your thing.
That's actually me.
We're waiting for you, Mia.
Oh my god.
But no, so Forest Raider and I are actually working on creating a podcast of our own, the Grove Cafe podcast. So it's still very much in the works. But we're hoping to get it up relatively TBA. But no, I'm really excited. I know that we have like a little bit of like stuff that I still need to work on, because I'm also working on like the designs and all that for like the logo and for like the panels and all that. But yeah, it'll be a little bit more of just like, you know, a little bit of sometimes of like barista life, gaming news, all that fun stuff, but just kind of just having like a, you know, like as if you're sitting down at a cafe, just having like a casual chat. So yeah, that's kind of what we're hoping to do.
I'm so fucking excited
cozy.
for you too. Oh my goodness, it's gonna be awesome. Like I keep telling this, like, please make a podcast. I need to listen to your voice while I'm at work or something. It's just because like I fucking love her voice, and you guys
She
are just
is
amazing together. Yes.
Oh,
So I'm so excited for you too.
her and I like we'll just be like playing Splatoon and literally just trying to talk about the podcast, and then we're just like, wait. Wait, speaking of also, but the fact that Splatoon had the event.
That's this
Oh
weekend.
shit! That's
Yeah.
next weekend. Yeah.
Yeah, so random fun fact there that I just remembered.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
2 more for Team Sprigatito.
Oh my goodness.
Good luck,
Yeah.
Boy Coco.
I'm going in there as well because Liz is just like, I'm gonna be team green. It's like, well, I guess I'll be team green because I barely play the game unless she plays it with me, kind of thing.
Mhm.
So it's just like, yep, I'm team green. I was gonna be team blue because I love the color blue, but it's fine, I guess. I'm kidding.
Sprigatito must win
Oh
at all
man.
costs.
Watch it be a fairy grass.
I'm fine with. I love fairy types.
That'd be
I
cool.
do.
Yeah.
I'd be fine with that. Give me another fairy grass. Give me another Whimsicott buddy.
Oh my god,
Happy.
yes.
Be very
Alright.
happy.
Gel.
Yes, Skoy.
Oh my goodness. Set us off. Do you want me to do
Oh,
the
you
hood
want-
thing?
set
Like,
us-
set us off. There we go. Set us-
Okay, there we go. The hood told me it was time. I see now. I no longer have a finger, so you need to get. You just need to like get a scene toggle where it's just a finger like up and down.
Oh my god! I'll
That's
just
it.
find a
That would
PNG
be
of a
so
finger,
funny.
and it'd be like an old man's finger.
Perfect. That's brilliant. And then you can just put it on your deck, and then just. Mia, thank you so very much for joining us on this
Yes.
episode of Gamer Breakfast. Besides the podcast, is there anything else that you would like to plug? A little bit about your channel? Anything else? Maybe something special coming up? I don't know.
No, not particularly. I mean, I am trying to kind of work on time lapses of like Lunagarin and like Malzeno. To hopefully try to upload to YouTube.
Yeah.
So
More art.
so hopefully more art and like not as much like time spent
Yeah.
into it because of like streaming and chatting and all that. But so that is kind of something I'm hoping to do. But like other than that, like no, I appreciate you guys having me on here. I was
Of course.
so
Yeah.
honored to be here. So thank you so much.
It's fucking amazing.
No, it was great having you and getting to gush about Pokemon.
Yes. I was really excited because I'm just like, wait, Pokemon's around the corner. Let's just gush about fucking like Pokemon all the
Talk
time.
about Pokemon.
Because like the next
Exactly.
next podcast, we're gonna talk about Pokemon again.
Yep, next week. We sure are.
More.
Your homework assignment, you viewers watching, listening, is to go and follow Miamarra on Twitter. Go follow her on Twitch. Go follow her on YouTube. Subscribe to her channels. Leave notifications on and do all that fun stuff. All of her links can be found below.
A question?
Mia, thank you. What?
A question. Do you have a
What about-
question? Like what do you guys look
Do I
forward
have
to
a
in
I
Pokemon
don't
Scarlet
know.
and Violet?
There it is. I
There
got
it
so
is.
confused. We haven't done this in a while. Doing this 2 weeks now, I forget we have the podcast, and I'm like, because you messaged me, and I was like,
He forgot about
shit, we
his
do
podcast
still do that, don't we?
husband. He forgot about his podcast husband.
all right, well, thanks everybody for watching. That's been Gamer Breakfast. I've been Jal. That's been Skoy.
Hello.
She's been Mia.
Ben,
And we'll see you all next time.
boy, put us in your mouth. Put us in your mouth. Put, da, 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 da. There he goes. I win. Yeah.